Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. And this is Torres. He's picked his way through. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Forlan, this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And this is Mohamed Salah. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! And it's come back out to him. Goal! Victoria! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
So, a breakthrough already.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's been cut out, well played. Mbappe is onto this. Raul. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Raul. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tries to play it through. Mbappe! Has a shot! That was a matter of inches.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
The two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Forlan. Belletti. Howson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Mbappe. Great vision. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rummenigge. Forlan has found the net here, of course.
Victoria can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Now, can he find a finish? Fired deep towards the back post. Cleared away. Back in possession and ready to go again. And here's Raul. He tries a shot! Really well taken goal. They have pulled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty...
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And the game has already resumed here. Oh, easy pickings there. He's found a way through. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Ernest, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Aimed beyond the defence. That was good alertness. Ernest. Victoria are looking to break at pace. And this is Mohamed Salah. He takes a shot. Oh, it's fallen loose again. Goal! Victoria! And again they hit the front. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Victoria get themselves into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid.
And the finish! And that is wildly off target.
Oh, such good technique as well. That was exquisite. It's a real shame he couldn't find a finish after that.
Can he get on the end of this? He came in hard, very hard. Mohamed Salah being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. Indonesia really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Indonesia really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, this looks sharp. Looking for options for movement. And it's made its way to him. He is through here. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. And he's managed to get rid. Looking for a runner. And he's picked it up out wide.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
He can get that clear. Now it's Mohamed Salah. That's a good ball out wide. Mbappe. He's got away. They're urging him to shoot. And he shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Rummenigge! Oh, that is rather wayward. Done delicately. Mbappe looking to get up. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Forlan picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Please grab.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway. Khan, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too. Such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Rummenigge. Oh, that's Rummenigge! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically...
Big header! It's bounced back off the post. That's a half-decent try.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
It's an imaginative pass. Decent chance! He's going for goal! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Donadoni clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Iniesta picks out chance for a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And now they can spring out of defence. Plays it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And it's claimed by the keeper. Now it's Hazard. And reclaimed it in a trice. He's on it. Can he get away? Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Hazard. That has ended up in no man's land. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but can he finish? Goal! Victoria! And Victoria are in front! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Victoria are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Salah.
Victoria really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Oh, well played, well played. And he's heaved it away. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Oh, nicely intercepted. Cannavaro. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Rummenigge.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looks a decent ball. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfying. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Victoria have played well here and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Takes a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
It's their second corner of the game. Forlan gets it away. He's had a shot! Sticks it away! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
If you look back on that cup, that could spell trouble. Iniesta, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Knocks it into space. And this is Iniesta. And the finish! So, third quarter of the game. And he's managed to get rid. Oh, he's seen that early. He's having a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So their fourth quarter of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Can he finish? It's hit the upright. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Mbappe. Mohamed Salah. Played out to the left flank. Mohamed Salah. Khan claims comfortable. Great vision. Look at this chance! Oh, special! That is a special goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order! And they've got their lead back! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Victoria
A shot at goal! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Chiellini. Quality ball. And that's been won straight back. And it's Van Nistelrooy. There's a searching pass. Good ball, good take. And he's there to get it away. Oh, good-looking ball. And Messi! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitutions taking place.
The message is simple. Defend this with your lives. Messi goes short. And the shot! A And one more try. And yes, it's there. They have stolen level at the last. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
And it did take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Now it's Batistuta. And he's worked it through. Neymar! The last act of a game, which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in game on. If you're just joining us, Khan, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponents alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Victoria have reclaimed it. Nicely aimed pass. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Harrison does really well to win the ball there. And this is Mohamed Salah. So it is still 0-0. Costa Curta.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And Batistuta! Oh, that is rather wayward. Tries to pass it through. Cannavaro. Raikkonen. Ernest. And it's Forlan. Oh, good-looking ball. That's been cut out, well played. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Ernest. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rijkaard. He is always scanning the pitch for targets. Well read. Nice interception. Now it's Torres. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Now he's got space here. Adams cuts out the pass. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's Torres. Mbappe. Ernest. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Costa Curta gets across to... There's the whistle for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half. And the shot! He's scored!
Oh, he's quite the speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
This looks promising. Rummenigge was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
60 minutes played. Now it's Hazard. That's a nicely weighted pass. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Batistuta. That's good defending, very good defending. Forlan. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Raul looking to add to his goal.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Raul. That has been cut short. Rummenigge. Now there's a fine. Mohamed Salah! It's in! There seems no way back, but they are level. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
75 minutes is number 11, Mohamed Salah.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Victoria really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
And we have our very first corner.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's gone forward. Shot could be on. Can he finish? Oh, should have put that away.
Batistuta fully appreciates that. He could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
And it's Batistuta. Latrell. Oh, he's onto this. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Latrell. And he was alert to it.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Look at this. And the shot! Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it.
The goal scorer.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will stick.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical.
That's that, the end. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle.
Well, we're in the presence of a true great of Italian football.
You're talking Bergami?
Yeah, he can perform anywhere across the back four. And thanks to his discipline, he makes it all look seamless. Incredibly dogged and determined. Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods. And that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
He's had a shot!
Oh, the ball's run loose here.
And it's Chiellini. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's played it in low.
Chance!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, it actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Thailand with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Header! And it's come back out to him. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Well, at least he was in the right position and he reacted quickly enough. The manager will like that.
That's really well manoeuvred. Mohamed Salah. That pass isn't the best. Oh, what a mistake! Rummenigge. Now, can they get him away? He gets big! In for the pieces! He scores! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Oh, super find. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And it's Hullet. Great vision. Mbappe! Over to the left. Cross to the back. Up he goes! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. Hullet. Mateus, who does have an assist to his name. Mbappe, and the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. And he's quick to get it clear again. Victoria have the chance to go the other way. Victoria are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Played towards the other side.
Good switch, that.
Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Rummenigge. There's a sharp little ball here. Oh, well played. Kept ball and dealt with it. Messi. Hullet. They played right into his path. He's found. He slipped. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Victoria present their opponents with the best possible chance here to further improve their position of comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position there.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Oh, off we go then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
If you're looking for options, Peter, then you're looking at Darwin Nunez because he offers loads. A real physical presence who's always going to offer you an outball. But I think what's impressed many people in recent times about him is the pace he can actually bring to get in behind opposition defences. And that doesn't mean he'll actually hold his position centrally. He loves to go and drift to either flank, and he can easily take on a fullback and beat him.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. And this is Bale. Good ball, good take. Lam gets across to intercept that. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Now, can they get him away? He's made sure that's not getting through. It's a pretty loose pass. Nicely weighted ball. And the shot's on here. He's having a shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
That looks a good ball through. Oh, he's been caught now. Mohamed Salah! He scores! They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish. Decent chance! Goal! Victoria! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Victoria go into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Here's the shot! No mistake! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again.
Oh, shooting chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Can he finish?
Added time.
Failed. Driving forward. Oh, just skips past his man. Tries to get it clear. Here's the whistle for half-time. Victoria are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Only permitted in
What
designated
a good
areas
half.
within
They've
each
gone
ground.
blow for blow, and it's 2-2. Second period then underway.
Victoria clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken.
Tries from distance.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Zanetti kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Forlan. No, that was never going to make it. Kopchu. It's a searching pass. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Khan clears. Otto. He's been... And a chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Red card! Whistle's gone, that's a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And here's Forlan. And he's gone looking for safety. Here comes another cross. That's really well manoeuvred. Mbappe. The pass is intercepted. Oh, this looks sharp. Otto. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Chiellini looking for options, for movement. Great ball if he can get there. Cannavaro. Well, that looks a decent ball. Goes for a shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Borussia Dortmund get themselves into the lead.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now, this could be a chance. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! He should have put that one away.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous. And he's kept his team in it.
Number 11.
Borussia Dortmund have their second corner now.
Is number 7, Mbappe.
Adams with the clearance.
Borussia Dortmund.
That could spell trouble. Rummenigge, a player of legendary status. Nicely intercepted. Khan is there to clear.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And he's picked out the run. And he's picked it up out wide. He's going for goal! Oh, just over.
He overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 9.
Borussia Dortmund making another change
Number
here.
8. De Bruyne.
And the referee brings it to a close. Victoria, pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing.